Okay, Peyton. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to put two numbers. So let's say 6 is here on this number line, and let's say 12 is here. Okay? If you had to label these numbers in between, what would you label these as?
6.
You can go ahead and write it in. Good. Great. Good. I like your handwriting. All right. Now let's look at this number line and what it's counting by. So this is counting by ones, isn't it? 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. What kind of unit is it counting by? By ones. Good. All right. If we have a number line that says 132, what would we label the number before it and the number after it if it's counting by ones? Oops. Perfect. So that one's counting by ones as well, right? Okay. Perfect. Now let's look at number line with a different type of. So this one's going to have this is 0. This one's going to be 1/6. This one's going to be 2/6. What do we think? And the last one will be 5/6 before we have this number here. Okay, so this right here is counting from the number 0 to the number 1. You see that? So would you say that 1/6 is bigger than 1 or smaller than 1?
Bigger.
So here's 1/6 size. And here's 1. Which one do you think is bigger? This is 1/6, and this one is 6/6 or 1. Which one do you think is bigger?
1.
Yeah. So would this be bigger or this be bigger?
This be bigger.
Perfect. All right. Let me make sure that we're looking at. So on this number line here, how far does it go in both directions? Does this one go just a little bit, or does it go forever?
That one goes forever. That one.
All right, what about here? What would you fill in if it says 1/6, 2/6, and then it ends in 5/6 before you get to the 1?
3/6.
So what would you put there?
4/6.
Perfect. Great, you got that. All right. So I'm going to ask you on this number line here, where this one is 0 and this one is 1, we're going to divide it into 4 parts. So if we divide it in 4 parts, how many lines do I need to add?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so go ahead and count how many parts you have.
1, 2, 4, 5.
So how many parts do we want to divide it into?
4. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, how can we fix that? What do you think? Okay, go ahead and do that.
Now There's
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, are these equal? Because one of them is this big. One of them is this big. I'm going to draw it again. Let's try it again, okay? So here's 0. Here's 1. You divide this into 3 equal parts. I mean 4 equal parts. I said 3.
4.
Let's see. We've got this size of a piece, this size, this size. Pretty good. Let's make this arrow go to here. There. So now we have 4 equal parts, right? Good. All right. Now, how many equal parts are there on this whole from 0 to 1? How many equal parts do you have?
Equal parts. 2.
Okay, so you have 1, 2 in between here and here.
4.
Okay, so there are 4 equal parts.
Yeah.
Good. Now, let's label the fractions. You remember when we talked about numerators and denominators? No, it's been a little while since before Thanksgiving. Okay, so remember, the numerator tells us, let's review our vocabulary. Numerator is like, say for example, you have a shape like this, and let's do 3 parts. Okay, when we're talking about parts and wholes. So we have, how many parts total?
3.
And remember, the numerator is the number on top, and the numerator is the parts that are what? Shaded. Okay, so write down the number of the parts that are shaded. Okay, let's try this again. So now, how many parts are shaded? Oh, you figured it out, didn't you?
2.
Good. I'm going to draw a smiley face there. Awesome. So you're changing it to a 2 over 3 because you have 3 parts total and 2 of them are shaded. Good. So what I want for us to do here is to label the fractions like we did in the video before. Remember that little video? So what would we label this one as? Remember how you did this as 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6? Why did we pick 6 for the bottom number, you think?
Because there were like 6.
Yeah, there were 6 what?
6 cubes.
Yeah. So what about right here? We made them into 6. Why is that?
Because all of them.
But here we don't have blocks. Here we have a number line. And we have between 0 and 1, we have it divided into how many parts?
6.
6. So why did we put 6 on the bottom?
Because that's the highest number.
Not the highest number. It's the total number of... Just here, how about is this? The denominator was the total number of equal parts. Good. So the bottom number is the total number of equal parts. So on the number line in between 0 and 1, the total number of equal parts. How many equal parts are there? 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
6. So what's our denominator?
6.
Now let's look at this one. How many equal parts do we have?
4.
So what's going to be our denominator, our bottom number?
4.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be that. 2, 4, 3, 4.
Good, perfect. Okay, so what's the difference between counting by whole numbers? Say this was right here, this was 1, this was 2, this was 3, this was 4, and instead of this being 1, what if this was 5? And then inside this, what if we did, and we had 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. What's the difference between counting by fractions and counting by whole numbers? Mm-hmm.
The whole is the how many,
Mm-hmm.
and the fraction is how many are.
So here's fractions, right? You have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And what is 1 equal to? How many fourths?
4/4.
4/4. So if I count by whole numbers, which these are whole numbers right here, right?
I'm going with you.
Okay. If I count by whole numbers right here, Peyton, what's different when I count by fractions? We're doing a video. Can you go over there, please? Fractions, are they whole numbers?
Yes.
Which fraction is a whole number?
The bottom.
That's just your total number. Okay, look. This number right here, that's your only whole number. And what is that equal to? What's that equal to? 4/4.
Can I get on the computer? 4/5.
Look right here. What's 4/4 equal to?
Can I? 1.
1. Good. Okay, so if we counted by whole numbers, 1, 2, 3, we have all these little fractions. Ben, I'm doing a video for my class. Please be quiet. No. Look, hey, Peyton, look. Fractions will divide up these whole numbers into little parts. So if you count by whole numbers, you're counting by the whole big thing. So this would be 4/4, this would be 4/4, this would be 4/4, this would be 4/4. But a fraction breaks it up, doesn't it? Good. All right, we're going to continue this. Let's go ahead and